What's up, guys? Happy Friday night. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. You know, still in quarantine, still at the crib. I'm gonna get back to some of y'all questions on the depressed video, because the video I posted today is just basically gonna be my channel trailer. I've been meaning to do a channel trailer for the longest. So today, finally, I was like, you know, instead of doing a vlog, I'm just gonna work on a channel trailer. So I finally was able to get one out, and I recorded it and all that in the third, and I'm really happy with it. Yeah. Okay, so today's video. Hey, can you do like a vlog talking about post-graduation of college? Like, where did you move? What career you took up? Just life afterwards. But love your content. Okay, post-graduation. All right, so I went to Michigan State University. I graduated 2011 because I left early. I was supposed to graduate 2011, but I left early after the whole scandal thing. So what I did was, and my family's kind of mad at me because they thought I was graduating a year later, and all of a sudden I'm like, yo, I'm graduating next month. I'm leaving, and I couldn't explain to them why I was leaving, so they didn't really get it. And all of my like arrangements were really rushed, but it was fine, whatever. Basically, I got an internship. I got an internship in Portland, Oregon with this company called Intel. I'm sure you guys have heard of Intel, they're the processor company. And it was a 6-month internship, and I was gonna be doing marketing. I was gonna be working on their consumer team, doing mobile marketing, things like that, social media. And after the 6-month internship, it was gonna turn into a job. So basically, yeah, I was making $45,560 as an intern. And I basically, yeah, moved from Michigan to Portland. I drove all the way out there with my friend Brandon, and I got an apartment downtown, and I did my internship, and it was great. And like, I got the experience of basically, I have my own budget. I was working at the company basically and being trained and honed to work this job basically. And at the end of the job, I did get the offer. I got an offer for a full-time job with a nice salary and a rotational program, and I turned it down. And everyone thought I was crazy for doing it, but for me, I wasn't happy. I didn't enjoy being in a cubicle. I didn't enjoy the culture. Like, it was very professional, and like, you know, for the most part, I was always the only black person in any room, for the most part, any setting. I could count the amount of black people that worked for the most part, and I was friends with them. But I just had to, I hated it. I had to adjust so much of myself, how I talked, how I dressed. It just wasn't me. I didn't feel like myself. And also the job, like, Intel's a great company, and yeah, there's good benefits, but like the actual job, you're trying to market and sell processors, and people don't even know what a processor is for the most part. So it's just like a kind of a pointless job, because at the time they had 90% of the market share. So people are buying computers, MacBooks, and they already have Intel in them. So it's just kind of a job to just promote the brand for the most part. So it was just meaningless work. And actually, while I was doing it, I saw like how much they were paying like influencers and stuff, like, because like blogging was new, and I was like, damn, like that's dope. Like, how they're paying people was like a whole wish list and stuff like that, because they got an audience. And also I got scouted out there in Portland by some agency. So I just kind of like started like seeing different things and wanting to do different things. I thought I was going to move to Asia and teach English as a foreign language and just trying to travel and figure things out that way. And because I just knew that like this wasn't it for me. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take some time off and figure this out. I also did this pre-MBA. This is a lot. I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but I also did this pre-MBA program at Harvard Business School. And one of the guys who came in, it's like basically they got like a bunch of minorities who have Fortune 500 internships to come for the summer. And we basically stayed there on campus for a week, and we took all the classes with like professors, and it was a great experience. I met a bunch of cool people who are my friends today, and I learned a lot. But a guy from Nantucket Connectors came in for his case study. Like, we were learning about their company and their problems with their business. He's just like, until you figure out what you would do for free, you'll never be really successful. Because he's like, if you find something that you'll do for free, you'll keep doing it, and you'll keep working through it till you finally get a breakthrough. You'll work through the hard times and the challenges. If not, you'll just give up and you'll quit. And I was like, damn, that's real. So I thought about it more and more, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't be selling processors for free. So I just kind of got on this tangent of trying to find something else, things that I enjoyed. And that's how I was like, you know what, like, you know, I'm into clothes, like, or maybe I'll try this whole modeling thing up, and I'm gonna get into acting. I want to be in movies. I wanted to bartend. I always thought that was cool for movies. I was like, fuck it, like, I'm gonna move to New York and try this out. And it was the best thing I ever did. Not that I'm just some major person now, but I had the greatest experience, enjoyed the hell out of my 20s, had so much fun, and I don't regret a thing. And now I still feel like my life is just getting better and better and better and better because I'm creating it, you know, versus just kind of going on the route of somebody else's trajectory. And also, like, back in the day, like, I feel like they kind of force you to college, and you're just like, because like my major was pre-law. I was social relations and policy major in the James Madison College in Michigan State. I just knew I wanted to be a lawyer. So I had an internship from my sophomore to my junior year at this law firm in Lansing. They basically had me working as like the intake coordinator. So if people like are trying to do like a legal claim, they first speak to this representative, which was me, to like take all the information and figure out like, okay, if our lawyers can represent them and whatnot. And I hated it. Like, I would go in a good mood and leave miserable, you know. And I talked to all the other lawyers, and they hated their jobs, and they're just like, yo, Trudeau, don't do this, do something else. But they were making mad money, you know. And I don't know, it stuck with me, you know. I was just like, you know, I don't want to be miserable like my whole life. And then, like, you know, like lawyers, just a lot of looking at policy and things like that. And like, I like the argumentative, making a case side, but I didn't like me having to look up like policy and read the law book all day. And it just wasn't for me, you know. And I just think you just gotta figure out, you gotta get to know yourself and figure out what you're passionate in. And if I could go back, you know, like now that I've spent the time to figure out who I am, I would have went to school for film. Like, you know, I would have went to like USC and learned film editing. I would have studied acting, like, which all the things I ended up doing later and which I'm doing now. But I didn't do those early on because I was just thinking about like, oh, let me just find a job that makes a lot of money. And that's just kind of what your family teaches you. So, or at least what my family kind of wanted for me. And when I did start going left, they were like, what the fuck? You're doing what? You're leaving? You're not taking this job? You about to do what? So, I mean, for me, I had to kind of just be on my own and be independent. But I've always been this kind of person that's just like a loner and that does what he wants to do. So, yeah, I hope that summarizes your story a bit much. Thank you for that. Thank you, Josh, for giving me the tip to make a video about that. Hopefully that helped. Thanks for sharing. I will order those books to help me focus on bettering myself. I always appreciate you. Enjoy the heck out of your videos. Stay safe. Thank you, bro. I'm not a victim. When the concept really sank in me, it was a life changer. So it's great that you're putting it out there. Same. Like, the concept of not being a victim just was such a fucking was such a shift for me, because yeah, I could definitely get on the blame. Oh, this happened. And not that like bad things happen to you. Like, bad things are gonna happen to all of us. But it's just realizing that things are happening for you sometimes. Like, maybe that's not the situation you should be in, you know. And like, I made some changes in my career and things like that that really shook me up for a minute. But in the end, they really turned out to be the best blessings ever. So it's just like, you really have to just push through the fire of things looking really, really bad to get to the space of things being really, really good. Like, figure out what the lessons are. Like, what can I learn? What can I change? You know, what is working well, what's not, versus just thinking like, oh, like, things are so bad, my life is so fucked up. Like, take your power back. You're still alive. You still got your brain. You still got all your resources. Somebody used this analogy for me once, which is really good. It was just like, imagine yourself as an alien that has come into your body, and you don't know anything, you don't know your past experience or anything like that. This alien has come into this new body, and you gotta figure out what to do and how to succeed and be successful. Because it's the truth, like, somebody can take those cards you've been dealt and win with them. So you kind of got to come outside of all your past and just be present and be, all right, bet, from this place, what can I do? You know, what changes can I make? What are these different things I can figure out? And that was major for me, like, just getting out of that victim mindset and realizing that no one's doing anything to me. They were all responsible and capable. Fire. About to make some roasted cauliflower. I have a taste for it, so I'm gonna drizzle this with some olive oil, some salt and pepper. Yeah. Man, respect for Mississippi. Wow, the South, what's up? I actually think my family is from Mississippi, actually. I've gone down there for family reunions, but I don't know which part. So much love for the sauce. Will we get a chance to see your roommate in your videos? Yo, Chris be in the videos, but like, I'll be doing my thing and he be doing his thing. Like, so when I can get him in the videos, I get him in there, but I don't force it on him. Like, this ain't the Trudell and Chris show, so it's like, yeah, but I will tell him that you guys requested, so maybe he can help make another appearance. The story at the end with who?
The story at the end at the dog.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Definitely burned the cauliflower because I forget all the fuck about it. Damn it, Trudell. Yeah, but it's actually super soft, like I like it, so I don't know. Alright guys, have a good night. Love y'all.